that lifestyle is a trap. So the message is definitely accurate.
Now I think if I'm not mistaken, in his song "Too Legit to Quit" or some shit like that, he referred to it's you or me. Is he in danger of doing life behind this situation? Or time behind the situation?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Bring that aspect into it. It's him. Or
I think he's saying like what loyalty do you have? Almost like the 6ix9ine situation. What loyalty do you have to a dude that was trying to kill you or that killed your man? What the fuck you got to be loyal to him or the streets for? That's what I think he's kind of saying that. Also, obviously the situation, the duel situation where he had to pick up the gun and all that. But a lot of people ain't gonna Troy outside and say, yeah, fuck it. It's like people. 6ix9ine. People say, yeah, he should have snitched. He's a little kid. Forget the streets. The streets ain't gonna do nothing for you. You gonna have those people who say that.
Well, 6ix9ine's different. That shit's different all the way around.
I mean, yeah, talk about it.
That shit's all the way around. I mean, let's transition.
Yeah, no doubt.
Transition into TPain and get into the 6ix9ine.
Yeah, so TPain, man, sat down with the good brother, Big Boys TV,
Big Boys
Neighborhood. Legendary. And he talked about Tekashi 6ix9ine. So I'm gonna play this audio, and then we're gonna definitely talk about this one.
I would snitch so hard.
Right. If you've been with somebody for a couple years, you know what I'm saying?
I get, but on the real though, he's. I mean, the man has a family and a daughter, and a lot of people say, well, he wasn't thinking about that when he was doing. Yes, he was, because he was trying to get that high tier more than 3 days on Twitter. He's trying to get that for his family and trying to make money for his family. He was still doing his thing, and he was, doing stuff in his community and stuff like that. But it wasn't. It's not like at some point, when does a street code override, your family?
Yeah.
Because be talking about these some niggas you just met like 2 years ago.
Right.
Pretty much. That's exactly what happened.
You got a full daughter, my nigga. Like you got to figure that out. You got a whole daughter, bro. Yeah. Who are you really being loyal to? Are you really that compelled to just?
So SamAnt, TPain, what do you think? That's your first time hearing that.
Yeah, man. That's my dude, man. And I thought when I thought I was gonna hear a piece of audio, I thought I was gonna be like, all right, TPain's a clown. He plays a lot. He's joking. But nah, when he put it in the situation of the family, that man was serious. And hold on, TPain. Let's think about this, because he signed that contract to be in that situation. He's the one that was claiming to be in that gang. He was the one claiming to do these things, put these hits out, be this person, running in this set, running in this city, doing whatever he wanted, and being Mr. Wild Man and putting them on the map. Dare I say, he's the reason all of them are in fucking jail to begin with. I was telling you this in a pre-production meeting. If it wasn't for the Instagram, if it wasn't for the trolling, if it wasn't for the running around,
they'd be still out. Probably.
They'd probably still be all out. If it wasn't for him literally putting in calls and then happened, boom, all of a sudden somebody's getting shot at, and it kind of coincides with the call you just made. Oh shit, yeah, something's really going on here. Let's investigate. So dare I say, he's the one that started it. So for TPain to go, what about your family? Okay, so we all know the game, whether we're in it or we're out of it, we got family in it or not. The biggest threat to you snitching is who? Your family.
Yeah.
Your family. So is he really giving a fuck about his family out here running around like just a wild, wild west and then telling on everybody he did dirt with?
Right.
Everybody. I don't give a fuck if they tried to fuck your girl. I don't care about any about that. You had just as much responsibility as in what was going on as they did. If it was some dirty shit going on behind scenes, hey, that's what goes on behind scenes. But you had just as much culpability in this as they did, and now you're telling on them all.
Yeah, I think TPain, man. I don't want to call him say he's a sucker or nothing like that. I think he's just like misinformed, just ignorant of the situation, a lot, because some of the stuff he said just didn't make a lot of sense.
Your brother from Florida.
It's like, come on, man. It's like, you was snitch so hard. Like, when is that ever cool? You know what I mean? To run around again, man. We used to watch this stuff. We covered this guy disrespecting, all different types of people, inviting to his genitalia, you know what I mean? Anything that you can name, putting the hits out on people. Did he give a damn about that guy's family that he put the hit out on? He ain't give a damn if he got killed or not. He put 20 bands on somebody's head, allegedly. So it's like this guy embodied that lifestyle. He lived that lifestyle. He swore by that lifestyle. And when he got into a situation, he ratted, he squealed. He's a sucker. Period. His reputation is finished. You can't vouch for him at this point. Yeah, it's over.
And there was a lot of rappers talking about that. Fab, I think he went in on it. Obviously, I think Meek went in on it.
Right.
Gilly, he talked about it.
Yeah.
So it was another Ja Rule went in on it, then threw a jab at 50. So
you
know how that go. But Yeah, man, you can't do that shit. Like you said, it's no way under the microscope can you sit there and claim this, run here, do this, and then go ahead and rat on your people. That's point blank period. We talked about it a number of times. We'll see what happens in January, man. 2020. It's coming fast. Shit, you think it ain't coming, but damn, we already in March.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that I'm looking at it both ways. Some people say that they don't think that he's going to get out like scot-free, that he may have to do a little bit of additional time. To me, that's even a victory. If he has to do this time in plus 5 years, I mean, you're talking about somebody who's looking at life for a RICO case. If he does anything less than 10, he should consider himself blessed. Now, you asked the question, and we'll present this to the people. What do you think, SamAnt, will happen to 6ix9ine if he walks free in September next year? No time, they let him walk free. What happens to 6ix9ine?
Man, I was very loose with it. I honestly thought that something was gonna happen. I thought this kid would be endangered, and he hit me with an uppercut. You really did. But I was going my initial comment, my thought in general. But doing what you're doing to see what's going on out here with people, just upset how upset he is, the lives that are going to be destroyed by him going and ratting and running his mouth and ratting, for him to be able just to walk free to pick up his phone again and do just back to normal would be really hard for me to believe. No, I'm not sitting here wishing anything on him. I'm not wishing anything on anybody. I'm not wanting any harm to the kid or anything, but I'm saying to freely just be able to walk out here and to freely be able to run your mouth and not get your ass whipped, just boggles my mind. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get into it, what I kind of said earlier, but I think that he may be able to just walk free, man, in this society, really, but we will see what happens. That's not even that far from now, but next thing you know, that'll be here and we'll be covering that. So
indeed,
definitely. But you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother Old God and SamAnt. If you're listening on YouTube, as always, go ahead and hit that like button and make sure that you share this video. Also, I cannot forget our listeners on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever else you're listening. We do appreciate every second that you listen to our podcast. So I'm going to move to this next story. If you didn't hear, a Rockefeller biopic seems to be in the making. This is according to